The federal government owns 640 million acres of land, but does federal land benefit the people or hurt us? If you've been near media of any kind, you've probably heard about a group of men who've seized federal land in Oregon as part of a larger protest of government-owned land and whether it benefits we the people. Well, according to the nonpartisan Congressional Research Service, federal land serves as an opportunity for settlement and economic development and provides a source of revenue for schools, transportation, national defense, and so on. But is all that true? Overall, the United States government owns 28% of all land in the 50 states, more so out west. In Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico, and all points west of there, the U.S. government may own as much as 85% of all land in a state. And the management of all that land falls under 4 federal agencies. The U.S. Forest Service ensures forests and grasslands won't be exploited. The National Park Service manages more than 400 of America's natural jewels like Yellowstone, Big Sky, Joshua Tree. The Fish and Wildlife Service enforces wildlife laws in the 560 national refuges and restores fisheries, protects wetlands and migratory paths. And finally, the Bureau of Land Management pretty much does everything else. They manage recreation, timber harvesting, wildlife conservation, mining claims, and on and on. And all this land isn't just for animals to poop on, it has economic benefit too. Refuges create local jobs, they attract visitors, and generate tax revenue. The National Wildlife Refuge Association found wildlife refuges produce an annual economic output of $2.4 billion. And they're not alone. In 2014, the National Park Service's annual report showed a direct impact of 277,000 jobs in and around parks, with $29.7 billion in economic output. On top of that, the BLM charges for ranchers to graze on public land, and though they don't make much money directly, they do subsidize cattle prices, as the government charges 93% less for their grazing than private landowners do. Plus, federal land is used for coal, oil, natural gas, and wealth mineral extraction, as well as for renewable energy, generating billions of dollars for local governments and making up 2.6% of the whole U.S. economy. Of course, there are obvious benefits to human livelihood and happiness as well. A 2015 study in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences found walking in the woods reduces depression. A 2008 study in psychological science found interacting with nature provides a mental break for our attention functions, which increases attention abilities and refreshes top-down mental tasks. And obviously, we're not the only animals who benefit from this. In a recent report, the Fish and Wildlife Service not only show how refuges help migrating birds and provide cycling and hiking for Americans, but they also announce the Delmarva fox squirrel's removal from the endangered species list and gush over the delisting and downlisting of species, including the first fish to ever be delisted, the cute little Oregon chub. From the data, it's pretty obvious that federal lands can benefit us all. The natural beauty and wildlife of this country are just as much a power of our nation as our politics, economy, and national culture. And indeed, they're intricately connected. America wouldn't be the beautiful with mountains' majesty or pine-clad hills without federally protected lands and wildlife refuges, from sea to shining sea. Because the Bureau of Land Management controls so much of the American West, there are, however, inevitable clashes with local populations. So, Test Tube News asked, should the U.S. government own all of that land? Find out here.
The 1862 Homestead Act intended to give land to those who were willing to settle and work on it. But the government realized that certain land-granting policies were being defrauded by those rich enough to grab huge tracts of land.
What do y'all think? Do you visit public land? Are you all for it? Camping, national parks, fishing, hunting, hiking? Subscribe to D News and let me know down in the comments.